What's up, YouTube? Here's another video. This video here, I just wanted to talk about Imperm or Valor in the main. Because lately, it's been a lot of new decks, I guess, since the Dark Magician stuff came out to where a lot of decks are playing either the Gold, was it? Gold Sarcophagus engine or the Azamina engine. And they both like lead to either a Dragoons or a Dragoons and a Sylvia on board, which is like two Omni negates. And I was wondering how to approach this with the main deck per se, because the side deck you can pretty surely find ways to like out a lot of cards on the board with either through kaijus or lava golems, sphere modes, or dark rulers. Evenly, not as much due to the omni negates. So I just wanted to talk about more of the main deck portion of it with like Valor and not Valor, but Imperm and Droll. And yes, so starting with Imperm, yes, the card has versatility with going first and second to where you can use it as a board breaker or a hand trap to like stop specific card effects that allows your opponent to like play or establish a board, like Vanquish Soul, like hitting their monsters without activating the spell. A monster effect is really strong, which allows you to play through their board or not trigger their Azunas in hand if they have them, which is really strong. And then hitting Arthaline a lot of the times are really strong, or Fallen, the branded stuff as well. Like hitting those cards, sometimes just stopping them ends their turn due to just drawing bad by drawing so much of their cards they need to fuse, or drawing too many normal summons for that deck as well. So it's not the worst drawing Imperm into a deck like that. It's just the problem of drawing Imperm by itself a lot of the time against like other combo decks like Malice or Yummy. What else? Yummy isn't the best card to use Imperm into due to just being able to special summon cards once they get that link one, or the link one on the board to continue to special summon Yummies from their hand, and then hitting other decks. I mean, it's good against other FTK decks per se to like stop them from being able to like force you to not play the game. But other than that, it's just not the greatest drawing by itself, unless your opponent just only has one play and you just throw it at it to see if it stops them. Then we have Droll, which isn't the best going second, but is great when you draw it. Well, not the best at breaking a board going second, but so if you draw into it, it's not the greatest. Sometimes you don't even want to see it when you're drawing it going second. And then, but if you see it and you're opening your hand, you can just apply so much pressure to your opponent to like force them to do different plays, especially if they like draw a search. If they need to search first before they even get to their like main combo with like extra engines that they play to get to their main combo, you can just Droll there, and then it usually cuts them off from like adding more Yummies to hand or adding surprise as well. So if they have to start with like Black Witch, setting Deception, activating Deception, sending, adding either Gaze or adding the Hollowed or Debtors, you can just Droll there and like stop them from like continuously adding cards to like prevent them from making that big inboard unless they already have Yummies in hand. But they usually have like a good mixture of hand traps and like engine cards. So if they have to start that, then they would have just started Yummy in the first place because it's free. But if they start that way, then it's an easy hand trap by hitting them with Droll. And then it's not the worst into VS. You hit Raisin, hopefully they don't have enough attributes to like continue to play, or you hit the Mad Love, which is probably the best part at hitting that, or hitting a Jokel summon if they don't go straight into Ripper to force them to stop. They can't set any cards or add any more cards after that, which makes it real strong. If they don't usually start with Raisin by itself, you usually have a good time at stopping Vanquish Soul with Droll from playing if they don't have any other uh, attributes, or if they start with K9 stuff and don't go straight into Ripper, or start with Mad Love, which is probably the worst start that they have into Droll. So, and then like other combo decks, hitting them with Droll usually like really stops them from being able to play as well. So, my opinion on what you should play your main at this moment, because you know hand traps and stuff change throughout how long the meta goes. Sometimes it's good this week, sometimes it's bad this week. It really just depends on the Yummy deck and how that deck is being played and what people are doing versus that deck. Because I'd rather just draw a Droll over a Imperm if that's the only hand trap I'm gonna see. That's why I prefer to play like sometimes playing Goaty with like Shifter in the main, with just like the Goaty setup with the Leafless Fish, and playing. That's why I've added Ran in the deck with Ryo and Lancia, so that if I do have to like Shifter, I still have plays under Shifter. And like Lancia under Shifter is really strong because it gets its effect when it leaves the field, whether it's banished or not. So, and then being able to summon Ryo for free, just to force your opponent just to start discard more cards is really, really good. As well as just the Goaty cards, just dumping them off of Leafless, banishing them, and then they come back during the standby phase to where you can just set your board up under Shifter as well. That is really good in my opinion. And for some reason, I've been having a lot more success with the meta, because if you do get nibbed, if you get nibbed on Coelacanth summoning Goaty cards, and getting nibbed on Coelacanth summoning the Mermail cards like the Pikes and the Butterflies and the Grethas, you can actually just turn the nib token in the Goaty deck into a Haggard and just banish a few of the Goaty cards, or like Reborn Goaty cards. If you have enough more gas, sometimes you can draw into like a Poseidra and you have an extra water to where you can just bounce it and send another card, and you just synchro for 6 and go straight into your Goaty cards, banish the rest of the cards in grave, get so much advantage back playing under under nib that way, instead of like being nib sometimes when you can't like hand rip them if they stop you or too early to try to hand rip them under like a Droll, and then they have nib to follow up. You can just do so much with the Goaty, much more with the Goaty cards under nib than Poseidra. Just the regular Mermail card. So other than that, I really think Droll probably is the best main at the very moment. I'm not saying you couldn't side Imperm. I think Imperm is still good against certain decks like Vanquish Soul and like Draco Tail. Just hitting the Arthelion or the Fallen and the White Dragon, was it Wallabaz they call it? Hitting those cards with Imperm are really strong, because if they do anything else like fuse it off, then they still can't get into the synchro, or like pop it with Virtuous to still force them to do something else. So trying to Imperm that card is really, really good, and it also really stops them. Even like regular Draco Tail, either regular branded Despia, you just Imperm one of their cards. And try to stop their cards. If it resolves, then you usually end up being so far, being in a good position. So you can still side it. It's just that you got to take a few cards out the side as well to play it. But I really do feel like Droll may be better than Imperm, just due to how many hand traps we play. We don't really play a crazy amount. It's between 12 to 15, really. So I believe Droll fits it better due to just being a blanket lingering effect that like stops your opponent the whole turn, instead of like trying to find the right spot to hit an Imperm, trying to guess how strong their hand is by the plays that they're doing. So that's my opinion. If you have a different opinion, just let me know in the comments. I want to hear what your opinions are at the moment, and I'll see y'all in the next video.